Not necessarily. He shows less signs of scratching, but the bite marks are definitely there. I don't think this is torture for the unsub. I think it's a delusion. Can you hand me some tweezers? Bugs. We need to deliver the profile. It is important that we do not label this unsub as crazy or insane to the media or press. He's desperate to confirm his own self-diagnosis, and he'll be violent towards those who don't. Where are we going? Why change from strangulation to running over victims in a car? With local missing women who also had surgeries. We're classifying him as something called a fundamentalist vigilante. But less than you might think. Ariel Castro held 3 women hostage in the middle of a residential area and to subsidize that space, so he most likely has a job. 1935, citizens attacked students and professors. 100 people were killed. The coroner's report puts the time of death between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. the previous night. Well, that changes the equation. If the victim was gay, 5:30 in the morning East Coast time. You don't seem tired at all. Speaking of that, you might want to consider revamping your circadian clock to a more traditional chronotype. Seriously, studies have found that night owls show reduced integrity of white matter in their brain compared to early risers. There's a lot more damage to this car. Look, the tires are punctured and all the windows are broken. There is a residential area about a half-mile away if you cut southeast. Police report said that Douglas Clark's cell phone alarm was going off when the couple with the dog found him. Douglas Clark was gay and the unsub was wearing these. We could be looking for a male crossdresser. What if the stealing of clothing isn't about finances, just part of her overall psychosis? It would have taken him hours to get to their house, so what was he doing in the meantime? Means the unsub was standing right about here. He came in from the backyard. His holes were dug recently. Look at the dirt. Myersons would bury anything in their yard, judging by the safe in their house. Killed them, and then based on what JJ said, spent another hour trying to find what he was looking for. We've been saying this crime felt personal. Has anyone seen her since then? You know, this could have been the first kill, the one that triggered the others. Imagine you're incarcerated for 12 years and have just been released. Why invite him to stay? I think she was just a good Samaritan that stopped to help with a crash. Benton killed her and took her car. If that's the case, what's he holding her for? Thank you so much. He never affiliated with any groups or made friends with other prisoners. People also have a natural instinct to return home. He could have been obsessed with her, but Miriam was 21 with a life of her own. If she was absent a lot, that would have fueled both desire and rage in him. And you led us to her. And we know none of this was your fault. Pleasant way to die. The cold just kind of put you to sleep. Yeah, there are 1,908 votes. I estimated. Look it up. I accept your apology. This unsub went through a lot of trouble wrapping and weighing the body. Nadia. It's a form of ostension. When someone does the acts described in a story in order to bring them to life. We've seen it before with the poisoning of Halloween candy, and most recently with the Slender Man case in Wisconsin earlier this year. Most likely subservient to his peers, although he doesn't view it that way. He's no longer interested in murdering people as an example of how great he is. He's murdering those who make fun of him. Death of William's parents probably triggered his psychosis.
Wrong.
Like Slender Man, childlike imagination took precedence over social norms. Did you hear that? Garcia, can you enhance the audio at the end? Nail gun again. It's just all in my head. But you won't see me break. It wouldn't be the first time a convict targeted an attorney. Just last year in Texas, Eric Lyle Williams killed 2 prosecutors. It says that he and his wife did a lot of moving around in the area. They never stayed in the same place more than a couple of years. Received any threats recently? You know what, Garcia also checked the foster care system. The unsub is evolving. This kill was much more disorganized. At least this time she was gracious enough to leave behind the murder weapon. Can I see this really quick? Garcia came up empty-handed. No one working at a clothing store fits our profile. Same thing with arrest records for female shoplifters. It was as if the unsub anticipated the possibility of murder and was prepared. She assumed the role of a Black Widow. She circled back to her mindset prior to the first murder. Just give me the chance to speak. I've searched this entire city, trying to find the right person. I met the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen in my life. She was gone. But... May I? It's waiting for us. Everybody's doing it. The unsub only has to look to the internet for a sea of potential new victims. Excessive taking of selfies to narcissism, addiction, even mental illness. Maybe the unsub was attracted to her. People to look at him instead of themselves. He feels ignored. No comment. But you won't see me break, call you up in 3 days, I'll send you a bouquet, saying it's a mistake, drink my troubles away, one more glass of champagne, then you know. How did the unsub know where she lived? Did she mention anything online about her parents being away? And you're the first to say you want the best thing. She never saw it coming. We should check to see if any of her friends or family received doctored. Hodge needs us. The autopsy revealed something very specific. When you don't have protein in your diet, you can't think straight. It's a common tool used in psychological brainwashing. The reality is they almost died. Admitted to the hospital 3 years ago by the name of Tom Fallon, completely off the grid. And we couldn't find you, so that maybe we can finally talk about what's wrong. We're coming upon a year since your abduction. I can't help it. Well, then explain it to me, JJ, because all I know is my friend is hurting, and when I see her in pain, I want to make it stop. A word? I don't know. And now it's crossed out in red, but I still can't forget if I wanted to.
Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like and comments for updates.